Greetings, newcomers. As you are aware, to the outside world, the Grellek Drens were once dismissed as beasts, uncivilized creatures of mud, beasts born of poison, barely sentient beings that are best avoided and only exist to cause chaos. I am the Hook of Teku, and I am here to show you that ignorance rarely survives contact with knowledge. When the first Grellek Dren egg was taken from the marsh and sold beyond its borders, the world discovered something dangerous. Not truth, not understanding, but value. And when value is realized, greed and exploitation always follow. What the Grellek Drens consider sacred life, the empires of the outside world came to see as treasure. Thus began one of the darkest trades in the known world, the trade in Grellek Dren eggs.
Is it a dream or is it real? The way the wind begins to feel. Hold on tight, don't look back. We're lighting up the track now.
Among the Grellek Drens, eggs are not simply offspring, they are continuity, the future of their people, the ones responsible for forging their history in the coming years. Each egg represents survival in a world designed to exploit every sort of weakness. Grellek Dren eggs cannot survive in ordinary water. They require the toxic Uzdalak-rich pools of their homeland. Removed from the marsh for too long, they wither. Placed in clean water, they disintegrate. To outsiders, this made them mysterious. To the Grellek Drens, it made them holy. It was a sign from their god and predecessor, Vogmar. The eggs must conquer the most vulnerable state of life, and for them to become truly strong, they must overcome everything the marsh throws at them. Egg laying is especially demanding for Grellek Dren females, whose larger bodies allow them to store the energy needed to produce viable clutches. They are freed from their societal obligations, and their only expectation is to remain healthy. A single clutch may take months of preparation. The mother must eat heavily. The community must gather food. The shaman must bless the breeding pools. Nothing about the process is taken lightly. Before eggs are laid, offerings are given to Vogmar. Every egg is therefore seen as a promise that the people of Vogmar will continue. The first confirmed theft of a Grellek Dren egg appears in the journals of the Vestendian campaign under Captain Maldric Teresta. nearly 2 centuries ago. The objective of the captain and his crew was simple: recover the white light. The locals, as the captain called them, were the Grellek Drens, and the specimen was one single egg. Although the captain escaped, the Grellek Drens defended what mattered most to them, and they did it without mercy. The captain sustained few physical wounds, but the intense ringing in his ears never stopped. The egg did not survive the journey, and the captain had gone insane from the noise he could never forget. The Grellek Drens taught him what their synchronized croaks could do, and out of the water, the egg itself became a deadly concoction of poison. This combination led the captain to a rather unpleasant end. There are certain rumors that Grellek Dren eggs are cursed, and those who learn this the hard way become something monstrous. Rumors spread quickly through academic circles. Alchemists wondered whether the egg's membrane contained resistance to Uzdalak. Physicians speculated about its mucus. Nobles, hearing only of its rarity, desired it for display. They could only guess how much it was worth. The Grellek Dren egg became a curiosity, then a luxury, and finally a commodity. Within 50 years, the price of a viable Grellek Dren egg had risen beyond gold, spices, and even enchanted metals. One living egg could purchase a manor. 3 could fund a private army. 6 could alter the fate of an entire kingdom. Although, keep in mind, no one has ever successfully recovered and sold a Grellek Dren egg before it entered its poisonous state, and those who go looking for one are rarely ever seen again. The fragments of the eggshell has been studied for years now. It has a thick, flexible membrane, resistant to acid, toxins, and decays very slowly. Its outer layer contains traces of the same protective mucus secreted by adult Grellek Drens. This has led to years of fascination and experimentation. Studying the eggshell has led to many inventions: enchanted armor, poison-resistant weaponry, toxin filters, war beasts bred for marsh campaigns. Most experiments fail, and those that succeed never last. It is almost as if the Grellek Drens are biologically made to guard secrets. But the promise of success keeps this hunger alive. More people venture into mysterious marshes, and more are never seen again. Those who try to steal Grellek Dren eggs are not common thieves. They are specialists armed with skill and expensive equipment, or at least that's what they call themselves. Poachers of the mire must know how to cross acidic water, avoid sonic patrols, identify false nests, and transport the eggs in living swamp water. and of course, deal with the Bazdazosh. Some who claim to have first-hand experience with the Grellek Drens refuse to speak of what they saw. I believe those who escape are only allowed to do so to inform others of their fearsome reputation. They go through great lengths to remain a mystery, and in an effort to chase after wealth, we have lost much. An interesting thing to think about. The Grellek Drens learned quickly, of course. They began creating false nests, pools designed to lure thieves into exposed positions. Some were filled with acidic sludge, some with venomous fish. Some were watched by hidden guards, and some were left empty, marked only by carved signs, which are believed to be warnings or ancient curses. Outsiders often describe the retaliation of the Grellek Drens as savage, but this interpretation reveals more about the outsiders than it does about the Grellek Drens themselves. To the Grellek Drens, egg theft is not property crime. It is an attack on the entire people. If you anger one of them, you will earn the wrath of many. In response, the shamans transformed the breeding grounds into sacred fortresses. Patrols were increased, and sonic alarm choruses would sound at a moment's notice. They used their superior night vision and panoramic visual range to spot movement. Soldiers were even trained to track unfamiliar scents. They began to use the shells of acidic crabs as projectile weapons, and leeches were used to detect foreign blood. The marsh became a living defense system. Far from the marsh, the eggs enter another world. A world of silk, silver, and polished cruelty. Black market auctions are rarely public. They move between ports, temples, military camps, and private estates. The egg is displayed in a sealed vessel of marsh water. The buyers are warned not to touch it. They do not listen, of course. Some are counterfeit. Some have lost the life they held long ago. Some are not Grellek Drens at all. But fraud has never weakened the market. It has only made the genuine article more valuable. The egg trade forced the outside world to confront a question it had long avoided. Are the Grellek Drens beasts or people? For centuries, the answer depended less on evidence and more on convenience. If beasts, their eggs could be collected. If pests, their homes could be destroyed. If savages, they required no mourning.
The Great Spirit walks upon the water, silent and unseen.
Every serious study, every scrap of evidence, and every scholar who possesses even a tiny sliver of knowledge about them all agree that they are more than that. The Grellek Drens have displayed tool use, domestication, agriculture, law, religion, architecture, and social memory. This all points to sentience, and once that truth is accepted, the egg trade becomes something far darker than poaching. It becomes trafficking. Several border conflicts, now called the Marsh disputes, began as failed raids. The most infamous was the Red Reed Incident. A noble-funded expedition entered Grellek Dren territory under the false claim of botanical study. Their true objective was the seizure of an entire breeding pool. They were discovered before dawn. By sunrise, the expedition was gone. Not defeated, simply gone as if they vanished. Outraged nobles called it a massacre. The Grellek Drens remember it as a cleansing. Neither side has forgotten, and perhaps no one will ever know what truly happened. Except the Grellek Drens, of course. The dead are returned to the frog god tree, but stolen eggs cannot be returned. They are neither dead nor alive in Grellek Dren religion. They are an absence, and an absence among the Grellek Drens is one of the few things even Vogmar cannot swallow. The outside world has created many justifications for the trade: scientific necessity, national security, religious superiority, civilizing influence, economic freedom. Each generation invents new words for old hunger. You see, people are very good at making excuses. Some scholars argue that studying Grellek Dren biology could save thousands from poison, plague, and acid-borne diseases. Others respond that knowledge built on what is stolen is not knowledge. It is desecration with footnotes. Today, the trade continues, though few admit it openly. Many kingdoms have outlawed Grellek Dren egg trafficking, but that has only increased its worth. As soon as something is unobtainable, then more people will seek it out. Enforcement remains inconsistent, and corruption is common. Demand remains high, and as long as a single egg can open a door to untold riches, someone will always enter the marsh.
The northern borders are unguarded! We cannot wait for dawn!
But the Grellek Drens have changed as well. Their nesting grounds are more secretive. Their patrols have become more ruthless. Their shamans are less forgiving. They have ventured into lands that stretch beyond the swamps. Some border villages whisper that the ancient blue shamans have begun marking poachers before they ever reach the swamp. A sickness of the skin, a hardening of the joints, a slow turning into that same monster. Whether curse or rumor, it has achieved what the law could not: fear. The story of the Grellek Dren egg trade is not merely a story of monsters, thieves, and marshes. It is a story of what happens when one people refuses to recognize another as the same. The Grellek Drens were called beasts when they defended their homes, when they mourned their stolen young, when they answered violence with violence. But beneath the roots, beneath the poisoned waters, beneath the old lies of empire, one truth remains. They were never guarding treasure. They were guarding something far more valuable.